Yeah. What's going on? Good afternoon to you all. This is your boy DMP Speaks, and welcome to another show, which is Speak Out Loud Radio Show on Fire 716. I'm gonna say it again, Fire 716. I'm a little country, y'all. What's going on with you all? Hope that you're feeling well. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are staying healthy. Listen, it's crazy out there. It's a little warmer than usual here in Western New York. It's a little scary because it's November. You know, usually upstate New York has all the snow, but you know what? I want the snow to take its time. Okay. So if you don't know who I am, listen. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am a motivational speaker. I am also a life coach. I also help families be reconnected through great communication, time, and effort. And I'm also a board certified Christian counselor. So I'm only giving you those accolades because that's just who I am. But who I really am, I love people. I love to serve, and this is what my God-given talent and my gift is, to pour back into people and motivate people. So with that, welcome to another session with me, another time to grow and become the best self that you can be. So if you hear me a little doing that clearing of the throat, got some sinuses going on a little bit, but don't pay no attention. Just pay attention to what I'm talking about. So let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is just flat out, your voice matters. That's it. Your voice matters. All of my social media platforms, you have the TikTok, we got the YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, but also do me a favor. After you go to all my social media platforms, please download the Fire 716 Radio app. You don't want to miss it. The best in hip hop, R&B, community togetherness. That's what it's all about. So we're going to talk about today, your voice matters. Now, I want to ask you a question before we really get started. My first question to you all is, do you know that you matter? I'm going to ask you that question. Do you know that you matter? I want you to ask yourself that just for a moment. Ask yourself, did you know personally, before I said it, did you know that you matter? Because let's be honest. The reason why I asked that question, do you know or did you know that you matter? Because if you didn't know that you matter, that's a problem. Because guess what? You do matter. You matter to someone. You might not matter to a lot of people, but somebody cares about you. And most of all, you got to care about yourself, your individual self. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, do I matter? And the answer should be yes. But I want to take you on a short but powerful journey today on why not only do you matter, but your voice matters just as much. And like I said, some of us don't even believe that our voice really matters. Some of us don't even know that others value us. Do you know that the value that you bring brings value to other people? It might not be the same as mine. It might not be the same as your friend or family member, but you add value to this world because you are here, right? And because you are here, there is something that you are supposed to deposit in this world. There's a certain input that you have that's internal, that you're supposed to give to this world, a presence, whether it's through advice, through friendship, parenting, whatever it is. You not only matter, but you are valuable. I want you to share this with someone, but I want you to tell yourself, I matter. Because you do matter. Now, and again, not only do you matter, but your voice matters as well. I want to let you know, if you did not know this, because some of you do, some of you might not know, your voice is a tool. Let me say that again for the people in the back, the ones that can't hear. Your voice is a tool. You might not be on radio like I am. You might not be on TV. You might not be in the limelight. But your voice and your family matters. Your voice to your children matters. Your voice in your marriage and your relationships and on your job. The people around you in your community. Your voice does matter. And let me pause for a moment. Sometimes we feel like our voice doesn't matter when it comes to voting. And we won't vote because it's like, oh, what is it going to change anything? But you can't be the product or the addition to change. You can't help change come if you're not contributing your part. So you got to go out and vote this upcoming Tuesday. I'm just throwing this as just a simple plug. Go out and let your vote count and your opinion, because it does matter. Not only does your vote matter, but your voice, like I stated for today's session, today's radio show, it matters. So you can use this voice, like I said, as a tool to help build or rebuild something, right? Rebuild a home. I'm not just talking about a physical home. I'm talking about a home where, a house where it feels like a home, like that Luther Vandross song, a house is not a home. You can make your house a home with what you say. The reason why I know what a house can be and be made into a home, my wife does that for me. My wife, I love you, babe. Enjoy yourself. I sent her on vacation for a little bit because she deserves it. My wife makes my house a home because of what the value she puts inside the home to me and to my son and to my mom and to my niece and to other people. She makes my house a home. There is comfortability there. And I know there are some wonderful wives out there, some wonderful women out there that make their house a home. You might not even be married yet, but you are getting yourself not together, but you are setting the atmosphere. You're setting the tone for your home before that man that you don't even know yet. That might be somewhere that you have never went. You're setting the tone because your voice is a tool, and you're using your tool to build. You're using your tool in your marriage. You're using your tool in relationships and partnerships. You're using this voice as a tool to contribute to this world. Or you can use this voice called a tool to break down these things. It's all about what you say. It's the way you say it. It's the tone that you say it. So we always have to be very careful what we say. My coach, I have a coach that I'm working with. Shout out to my coach. Love you, man. He always says to me, we always do this thing called a light show. We close our eyes, we kind of meditate. And not kind of, we meditate. There's nothing wrong with meditating because the Bible talks about meditate day and night on his word, and everything that is around is him. But I find myself when I'm meditating, he starts talking about the body, he starts talking about the brain, he starts talking about the organs, the knees and the calves, and being a part of the world, because we come from the dust of from the ground. One thing he talks about, though, is the voice. He said the voice is a multiplier. He says when you speak, the universe bends. Now we use this word universe sometimes and it sounds kooky, but this is what it is. God is the universe. And when you speak out of your mouth, when you use this tool, this voice that you have, these teeth, everything that encompasses to bring out the sound of your voice, the universe has to bend. In your situation, whatever it might be going on, it has to bend. See, death and life is in the power of the tongue. When I say the universe got to bend, what does it mean? When you speak things have to change, either for good, for the betterment, or the bad, or the worse. It's what we say out of our mouths that can change our path, our trajectory to where we need to be. Like I said, death and life is in the power of the tongue. It's what you say. Are you killing yourself with your mouth? Are you killing your relationships with your mouth? Are you killing your opportunities with your mouth, with your voice? Because if you're killing it, it comes from here. You can't blame anybody else. It comes from your mouth. If you said that you will never become anything great, well, that's coming out of your voice. And you're using your voice to tear you down, to tear that old man. You're tearing that old woman that's waiting, that's looking for you, that's counting on you to do what you need to do now. So not just for retirement at 65 or 70, for your livelihood, for longevity. It's that serious. When we use this voice that I call a tool, we have to build not only ourselves, but the people around us. I pray for my son every night before he go to bed. Even if I forget, I try my best to go back and pray for him. And the words that I say, they're not scripted. It comes from my heart. And when I speak, the universe that is in his room has to change. We have to start using our voice as a tool to bring forth change in our lives. See, your voice demands to be heard. Some of you have been silent for years. You've been quiet. You haven't been talking. You haven't allowed your voice to be heard. You're not speaking, right? You're not speaking what you need. You're not speaking not so much your demands, like you're demanding somebody, but you have to put a demand on your life. You got to put a demand on your future. You got to put a demand on where you want to be, because at the end of the day, it is up to you where you want to go. It is your choice. And the choices that you make now with that tool called a voice is either going to bring light or it's going to bring darkness. Either going to bring light, which is energy, or it's going to bring darkness. It's going to bring things that's cold, and things are going to turn off like a faucet. It's that serious. And you got to start speaking. You got to be bold enough. And I'm going to get to the boldness toward the end of this. But I really want you to know your voice demands to be heard. Some of you mothers have been closed off. Some of you women have been closed off for speaking your mind. There's a certain way to speak your mind and not be rude and things like that. Sometimes we focus so much on, well, women should be silent. I don't believe that. When it comes to my mother, I love to hear her speak. When it comes to my sister, God bless her dead, she spoke her mind. She did it with class, but she spoke her mind. My wife, she spoke her mind. And when I have my daughter and my goddaughters, I want them to speak boldly and proudly. Some of you have had your mouth closed. You've been abused, right? You've been physically abused. You've been mentally abused. You've been emotionally abused. It's time for you to open up your mouth and say, I need help. I don't have to take this anymore. Your voice does matter. I've been seeing this stuff in the news trying to shut up Kanye and I'm not saying I agree with everything that he says, right? And then now they're trying to go off on Kyrie Irving for his statements. And Nike is suspending him, and his team has suspended him for voicing his opinions, right? Yeah, it's a sad thing, but you know what? It's not about because Kyrie has money. It's about making a statement and standing behind that because he knows that his voice does matter. Sometimes athletes are told to be quiet. Just throw the ball. I think there was a commentator that told LeBron James, won't you just bounce the ball and shut your mouth? No, but LeBron James knew that his voice mattered. And you got to know that your voice matters just as much. And you might not be an athlete, you might not be an actor or actress, you might not be a senator, but your voice does matter. What you say out of your mouth represents who you are and what you stand for. Let me say that again if you haven't got what I'm saying by now. What you say out of your mouth, it represents who you are and what you stand for. Some of you, again, have been silent for too long. And you're not voicing your opinion. You're not voicing your concerns. You're not speaking your truth. There's an affirmation that I want to give you. Almost done at the end, but I want to give you this affirmation. This affirmation, I feel like, is going to help you. It's going to help you open your mouth and not shut it all the time. See, we become, and I'm going to give this affirmation, but we become too quiet. We become too mute because we are not saying what we need to say. This is why I titled this Your Voice Matters, and that's why I said Speak Out Loud radio show will change not only Western New York and not just New York State, but it's going to change states. It's going to change the world because I believe in what I say, and what I say, it's a force multiplier. Because of when I speak, the universe does bend to what I'm saying because I believe in what I'm saying. And I'm encouraging you to stop being quiet about what you need. Stop being quiet about anything that you see. Speak up. Speak out loud. Speak out loud. And I want you to say this affirmation with me. I really believe this is going to help you. I want you to say it 3 times. I'm going to say it 3 times. And for whenever you look at this replay on my social media platforms, I want you to say this. It's as simple as this. It goes like this. What I have to say is important because I mean what I say, and it's important to me. I'll say it 2 more times. What I say is important because I mean what I say. It's important to me. 1 more time. What you say about yourself, what you say in your marriage, what you say in your relationships, what you say on your job, what you say to your money, what you say to your honey. What I say is important because I mean what I say. And it's important to me. It's got to matter to you. Maybe it doesn't matter to him, her, or she, or they, but it's got to matter to you. Say it when you feel like you don't have strength enough. Say it when you don't even believe in what you are saying. Sometimes you can say certain things or have a thought and don't have no confidence in them, but you sound like you do. Sometimes you got to do things even when you don't feel like it, or say things when you don't even feel like it, but it's going to empower you. I'm giving you the power, but it is up to you to take this power and expand it, to take this power and use it, to take this power and share it. Stop being afraid to use your tool. Remember, we said the tool is your voice. Start using it. Now, don't use it wrong. Again, don't use it to pull down. Use your voice to uplift. Use your voice to expand somebody's thinking. Speak your truth and back up. Let me say that again. Speak your truth and don't back up. Don't back up from what you are saying. Believe in what you're saying. Now, I'm going to pause here. Got a few more minutes. If you want to comment on what I talked about, if you have a thought, I want you to call into the radio show. I want you to call 716-371-1903, extension 1. Again, 716-371-1903, extension 1. Come and talk to me. And like that song, Can They Talk to Me? I don't know all the words, but I'm a drummer, so I know how the song goes. But if you ask me the verses, I won't be able to tell you because I can't remember at all. Let's keep going on, yo. We got a few more minutes. See, you can get empowerment and you can still laugh. It's all right to laugh, everybody. It's all right to laugh. And I need you guys on my social media pages to please share this and subscribe to my YouTube channel at DMP Speaks. Let's go, baby. Let's get it, y'all. I just want to give you a few more things and I get out your way. And again, thank you so much for your time. Sometimes we speak to be heard, but we don't speak our truth. We do a lot of talking. Sometimes we do so much talking, right? But we're not saying nothing. When you speak, speak your truth. Speak your truth. I'll say it again, speak your truth. Don't just speak to be heard. A lot of times in our relationships, in our friendships, in our partnerships, on social media, big. We just like to just talk, just to talk, which is just gossip. And we're not doing anything. Nothing is changing. But I want you to start talking with authority. I want you to start talking with purpose. What is your truth? And when's the last time you spoke it? Again, what is your truth? And when is the last time you spoke it? So I want to leave you with this because I'm running out of time. Today is your day to use your voice as a tool. They told you to be quiet. They told you to step to the side. They told you to speak when being spoken to. But we're not slaves to other people's opinions anymore. You are free today. No more silence. No more muting. No more miscommunication of what needs to say. No more. Your voice will change this generation because your words speak to someone. And if you speak to that person, they'll change. And if they speak to another person, it's going to be a ricochet effect. See, I know my words change because I'm impactful and I'm valuable. I'll say it again. I'll say it boldly. My words change lives because I'm impactful and I'm valuable. And guess who else is impactful and valuable? You are. Whether you believe it or not, you are impactful and you're valuable, and we need you. Because it's not about me. It's about my voice and how I use my voice to motivate someone else to grow. There is power in your voice. There is freedom in your voice. There's a universe that is bending because of your voice. Don't let your tool, which is your voice, go unnoticed and not be heard, because it's time for you to believe in what you say and say what you mean. Mean what you say what you mean, because your voice will change everything around you. And with that, listen, guys, thank you so much for your time. You guys been great. I want you to stay safe, and I want you to become the best version that you need to be. Love y'all. See y'all next week. Peace. Let's go get it, y'all. come see.